Hello guys!
Hi!
Welcome to our second video on the city of Quebec. In our first video, we've presented you the touristic part of the city. Now in this video, we want to show you more of the local side of Quebec City, if ever you're here for a longer period of time. So stick around, we'll be showing you 3 neighborhoods close to the touristic area still. So we're going to be focusing on Saint-Jean-Baptiste, Saint-Roch, and Quartier Montcalm. Alright, so you finished your tour of the old Quebec, the touristic side, but you just, you're nagging for more, you want to visit more of the city, so you decide to keep going down St. John Street. That's what you're supposed to do. St. John Street, as we saw in the previous video, is one of the main streets in the touristic side, but it continues into the local area, into the Saint-Jean-Baptiste neighborhood. So, how to get to this local side? Well, you remember the St. John's Gate? This one? Well, just turn around, keep walking, cross the street, and you'll be now in the local area, so on the other side of the fortifications. Way back in the time, this neighborhood was mainly for the workers of the city and the industries. So there's a really industrial vibe to this little neighborhood.
Saint-Jean-Baptiste neighborhood is a kind of eclectic neighborhood, if we can say so. It is family friendly. There's also a lot of students. It's also for the LGBTQ community, a place of gathering with gay bars, etc. There's a lot of restaurants and boutiques. We are so close to the touristic neighborhood as well that we get a lot of tourists as well. I say we because we are in the Saint-Jean-Baptiste neighborhood. We really love this neighborhood. So yes, it is really, you can find all sorts of things. So what we would recommend Saint-Jean-Baptiste neighborhood for is mostly bars. The nightlife is great for locals and for tourists as well. Our favorites, well, there's a lot of bars that we really enjoy, so we're pointing out a few to you. La Ninkasi, Nelligan, Le Sacrilège, Le Projet. That's it! Yeah. So those are our favorites. There's a few more. You'll find them along the streets.
At the end of the night, if you get hungry, definitely go to the snack bar. It's really well centered, close to the bars. It's open until 4 a.m. so there's a lot of junk food. Well, mainly poutine, of course.
You gotta get poutine if you get to the snack bar.
Yes. But this street is not only known for bars, there's also great restaurants, high-end, lower-end. We love this pizza place called Attaboy. Also a great Caribbean restaurant called La Sauce aux Caraïbes. It is incredible.
So tasty.
So tasty. Just bring your own wine as well so you can have a blast with your friends. And finally, a smaller restaurant called the Bonnet d'Âne. It's a local bistro style restaurant.
You'll also find many coffee shops in this neighborhood. My personal favorite is Kantuk. You can see my coffee here. I really love their coffee. So you can get a coffee to go
Weren't
there.
they voted the best coffee in the city of Quebec?
I think so. Yes, I think so. So
best coffee in Quebec. There you go.
You'll find also many boutiques on the street, clothing, shoes, books, libraries, etc.
And if ever you're in a hotel close by or renting a place and you need some groceries, well, you can hit up the first grocery store in North America called Moisin. Of course, there was lots of renovations throughout the years, but it still keeps its essence, so it's quite interesting to see, and they have a great local wine variety there.
There's 2 main churches in Saint-Jean-Baptiste neighborhood, just to tell you 2 churches in the same neighborhood, but one of them has been turned into a library. So you can get inside. It's beautiful with the architecture of the church. It's kind of hidden. You wouldn't realize from the outside it's a library, but get inside, have a look. The other one is still a real church. People are used to hang out outside on the stairs of the church. It's a focal point of the neighborhood.
Now, once you're done in Saint-Jean-Baptiste, you want to head on down to the Saint-Roch neighborhood. But remember, Quebec is built in Upper Town, Lower Town. So you're going up and down lots during your trip here. So take one of the dozen stairs or just roads that leads down to the lower part of the city to visit the Saint-Roch area. Saint-Roch was as well a worker-focused neighborhood up until the 1980s. Then since the 1990s, the early 2000s, they started to modernize this neighborhood, creating, unfortunately, a lot of gentrification. Gentrification?
Yeah.
That. But now this neighborhood is more hip, a lot of bars and restaurants as well. So in this neighborhood, the main street you want to go down for all the shops and everything is St. Joseph Street. You'll find everything on here. Of course, you can go left and right, but stick to this one.
If there's a child inside of you, you can't pass by the toy store called Bonjour. It's really easy to find, it's huge. There's a frog at the entrance from the back road from the Saint Joseph Street. It's a child store, but everything is just so incredible inside.
It's a locally owned toy store and it's really, really big. You have everything in there. Board games, Legos, Playmobiles, princess stuff, everything.
It's almost like a small FAO Schwartz.
Yeah.
Like if you've been to the FAO Schwartz in New York, it's kind of a same feeling but smaller.
They still have a life-size robot and a train going all around inside of the toy store, so it's pretty cool.
And a
racetrack?
No, and the teddy bear factory and doll factory.
Yeah.
So we mentioned bars, restaurants. Two of our favorite restaurants in that neighborhood are La Fare et Ketchup and Betsy Bassac. So La Fare et Ketchup is more of a traditional, revisited meals kind of cuisine. So you'll find some typical meals from Quebec, from our culture, but revisited.
It's cool because it's inside of a kitchen of a home. Like literally they're cooking on a home stove. And
Betsy Bassac is a Southeast Asian cuisine, revisited as well a little bit. It's really tasty. Similar to Saint-Jean-Baptiste, in this neighborhood you'll find a lot of thrift shops and second-hand items. Even more than Saint-Jean-Baptiste, I think. Yeah, probably. There's really cool like geek vintage shops and clothes stores and everything. And while we were there, we decided to go and visit some as well. And Gab actually found an awesome piece. Go. I'll show you. It's a one-piece snowsuit. I love it. How do you like it, Mom? Back in the 80s. Look at the back. Just like in Saint-Jean-Baptiste neighborhood, you can find in Saint-Roch a church square, a beautiful church where people are gathering, so you grab a snack and have a lunch there if you'd like. If you're looking for an evening of activities or of entertainment, there's a really cool theater in that neighborhood in Saint-Roch called the Impérial. Look up their show calendar. There's always cool groups, music groups or bands, even comedians sometimes. You'll find something you like, I'm sure. Bars around again, so you can have a drink before, after the show. It's really lively. So after you're done shopping on St. Joseph Street, you want to head back up that hill or those stairs to go into the Montcalm neighborhood. Montcalm is a bit more bourgeois. Back in the days, more rich people would be living there. But now it's a cultural center of the city with, again, shops, boutiques, cuisine, all that good stuff. A bit further from the touristic area, you're going to want to go on Cartier Street. Cartier Street is definitely a street where locals will do their day-to-day shopping to do groceries, pharmacies, stuff like that. Cartier Street connects St. John Street and Grande Allée, which are two main streets bringing you to the touristic area. While you're there, if you want to grab something to eat, one of the best restaurants in the city, in our opinion, is La Taverna Grecque, the restaurant called Mezze. It's a Greek restaurant with direct importations from Greece. It is so tasty. I know you're in Quebec and you want to eat Quebecois food, but come on, you gotta try it. Yeah, we're a foodie city, so even if it's not typical food, we really enjoy good food. So any restaurants, you'll have a foodie experience. Yes.
If also you arrive during a St. Patrick's time, like the time this video is coming out, definitely go to Galway Pub on Cartier Street, the best pub in the city. I'm a bit biased, I've been going there for a long time now. Their burgers are really awesome, their Irish stew as well, so fun time included.
So we mentioned it's a cultural area in Montcalm, the Cartier Street. So you can look at the art installations. They are changing every year from local artists.
On Cartier Street there is also a small movie theater, and they show big blockbuster movies in small rooms, and also there's some locally made movies that will be shown there as well.
International documentaries, movies as well.
Now at the end of Cartier Street on Grande Allée, you'll be right next to the Musée National des Beaux-Arts du Québec. It is a modern arts museum. The Musée National des Beaux-Arts is separated in 3 complexes. So there's the modern one, an older one, and an actual prison. So they converted one of the first prisons here in Quebec into a museum, which is awesome. You can still visit the cells too, so that's really cool.
This museum is located on the Plains of Abraham. We've talked about the plains in our touristic part of Quebec video, but as you can figure, the plains are huge. So you have this skating ring, jogging ring just next to the museum where the plains are starting mostly. So you can start your walk, your stroll from the Montcalm neighborhood towards the old part of the city.
It is a huge urban park, which is really fun for us locals and for you tourists as well. During wintertime, there's a lot of winter sports that you can do there. As Gab mentioned, you can go skate. There's a lot of cross-country skiing trails there. You can go snowshoeing, and you can go sliding as well, which is fun. On the Plains of Abraham, remember, that's where the final battle between the French and the English happened here in Quebec City. So you'll see a lot of defense positions still remaining and cannons as well on the plains. There's also a museum of the Plains of Abraham that you can visit closer to the touristic part, which is really interesting. During wintertime, maybe not, but during summertime, definitely grab a picnic, go there with a bottle of wine. It is tolerated, it's not legal, but if you don't create a ruckus, there shouldn't be a problem.
Clean behind you and don't make a scene, so you'll be fine. So that's it for our local tips and advices for Quebec City. If you're in the neighborhoods, well, if you're in the neighborhoods, hit us up. If you have more questions or you want to hang out, meet up.
So definitely give us a big thumbs up if you like this video. Also comment below any questions that you would have, or else we'll see you next Saturday in our next episode.
We'll be back on our van build.
Ciao guys!
Bye!